Hello, and welcome back to Redneck Snack and Food Reviews. I'm excited to review the three new McDonald's pastry items. We've got cinnamon roll, blueberry muffin, and apple fritter. So I'll review the apple fritter first. I'll finish off with the cinnamon bun because apple fritter is the easiest one to grab. Looks pretty presentable, looks pretty nice. Don't know when they cook these things. I know the cinnamon roll is nice and fresh and hot right now, but I gotta review it last because it's messy and it's in a box, so it's just like gotta be very conscious of that. So before I get into this review, please give this video a like, a comment, and a share. Go ahead and subscribe, and check out my Instagram, Redneck Snack and Food. It's been a slow couple weeks, honestly. A bit disappointed in that. I've been trying to do as many reviews as possible, but it's not generating a lot of audience. And if you're new here, I would love for you to just give me some love. But yeah, I'm going to split this thing in half, or attempt to. Don't have a knife, unfortunately. I'm going to do this half. And so I'll go ahead and put the other half up in a bag. Roll that bag up. And I hope I showed you enough the apple fritter. Doesn't look like a lot of apple, but I don't really remember what apple fritter is supposed to be like anyways. So let's go ahead and try this thing. Tastes very similar to a honey bun. And I do think I get a little bit of apple taste. I guess there is apple in there. Overall, that was pretty basic. A little dry. Not overly dry. I'd say in the middle. It was moist. It was moist and dry. I think it could have used more apple, but it was a very sweet pastry. And quite enjoyable for sure. And with that, I will give it a 7. Pretty solid for a McDonald's breakfast item. Of course, a lot of McDonald's breakfast items are really good, but we're not going to have high expectations for these things. But all right, so here's the blueberry muffin. I really have this is the one I'm most excited about. Usually I wait for the last thing to do that, but look at this big boy. I'm gonna go ahead and try and cut it in half with this fork thing I got. Ooh, doing a decent job here. All right, not quite half, but good enough amount. Tomorrow's blueberries. Oh, goodness gracious. Thank goodness. That could have been a disaster. I just knocked over my cinnamon bun, but it stayed. Good cinnamon bun. Good. So here's the piece I chopped off. And we're going to try this right here, right now. This thing is very dense. It's moist. Well, it's a little bit dry, but pretty moist for the most part. That last bite was rich, though. I wish I would have gotten that consistent, rich taste throughout, but that is really that if they can get that flavor on the whole outside of the muffin, man, oh man, it would be perfect. But for what it is, it did have a decent amount of blueberries. It was a pretty decent muffin, and with that potential sorry about that, with the potential that it has, I will give this thing an 8.5. Just because it was pretty average. I mean, it was good though, but it was pretty average. Your pretty average blueberry muffin. And so, with that, it would have probably been an 8. But with that last bite, that sugary, sweet bite, it is an 8.5. So, our last thing here before I go is the cinnamon roll. Or cinnamon bun. But they call it a cinnamon roll here with McDonald's. Everything's going to be a mess. So I will do my best to eat a little bit of it. I'm not going to eat a lot. And give y'all my impression of it. Without trying to tear it up so much. But we're tearing it up. So after this video, I'll have to cut a little bit more off. To make it look presentable for whatever housemate wants to eat it. But yeah, I took a piece off. Of course, we're not going to get much of the cinnamon here. Well, there's a good amount of cinnamon in there. But I just want to try it, not eat a lot of it, and tell you what I think. So here we go. Honestly, it tastes like your average cinnamon roll. But the icing does a nice job of giving it some flavor. Some good sugary, sweet flavor. I'm tearing this thing apart. Of course, it's not Cinnabon. Of course, but there's icing. I don't know if this is going to be consistent, but there's icing on the bottom from all the icing they put on there. And I got a little bit of icing. Overall, I think it's a good cinnamon roll. Nothing screams wow about it, but I will say it deserves some praise. I do think I like the blueberry muffin better, but this has more potential to please people than the apple fritter. So, with that said, I will give this an 8. An 8. Because it's good enough. And it'll probably please anyone that likes a cinnamon roll. But those are your 3 new breakfast items. I guess it's McDonald's way of saying we're sorry that we don't do it all day, every day anymore. But that is what it is. And, you know, hopefully eventually we'll get all day breakfast back. I don't know. With my recommendation is that they just do a few items. Like do some pancakes. And they were trying to trim it down. But do some pancakes, some hash brown, your egg McMuffin, maybe a bacon, egg, and cheese biscuit. And I think people will be happy. But yeah, McDonald's, I don't know what they've got coming in the near future. Well, I do. There's there's a celebrity meal coming next week at some point. So be on the lookout for that. But other than that, I don't know. Spicy nuggets don't have much longer if they're even still out here. J Balvin meal doesn't have much longer if that's still out. And I was thinking one more. The pumpkin, the seasonal pumpkin stuff, I don't think that's got a lot more longer. But there's one more thing. I guess I was thinking about Travis Scott meal, which has been gone. Oh, the Chips Ahoy McFlurry is also a temporary item. So I hope McDonald's thinks about the future and brings back their spicy nuggets, but it is what it is. So if you're a sweet tooth and you want some breakfast from McDonald's other than pancakes, well, you got some more options here. So go do that. Go try them and comment what you think, or just tell the world what you think. So I hope you enjoyed this video, and I will see y'all around. Yee!